Paddy Pimblett has shared why his next fight might be against Ilia Topuria, and he's already promising a finish. In a recent talk with Tom Aspinall, Paddy said with confidence that others try to box with Topuria, but he would use another plan. As per the BDY, he'd use his full MMA skills, bring in his grappling, and expose El Matador where others failed. Paddy was clear that if the fight happens, he believes he's the one to give Topuria his first loss. Believe it or not, this fight looks closer than it seems. If Ilia defeats Charles Oliveira and wins the lightweight title, the UFC may not avoid setting this up. It's a huge money fight. Their rivalry goes back years. Add to that Paddy's big TKO win over Michael Chandler, and now you have two stars with hype, names, and a real feud. Whether for the title or just for pride, this fight would have fans and the UFC watching hard. Who do you think wins this possible fight? Share your comments below.
That could be done like early next year.
Yeah.
Paddy winning the title, easy. Well, maybe even this year.
If Ilia wins and says he wants to fight me, the UFC will make that fight.
I think so.
Because they know it's a money fight. As Ben was saying, that's like one of them fights where the people f***ing world press tour lad like McGregor Aldo. I know I'd beat him. Funny because I got laughed at for it. But I know I'd beat him.
Yeah, but that's what separates you from the other guys.
Yeah.
From the other guys, isn't it?
We've already talked about a game plan to beat him, lad. I don't know how to beat him. No one goes for his weaknesses when he fights out. Everyone just tries to have a boxing match with him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come out and have a boxing match with him. I'm going to beat him with my all-round MMA game. And as I said, no, I'd beat him, lad. And I reckon I'd proper hate him and just shut everyone up even more like I love to do.
In the newest episode of the Pound for Pound podcast, Kamaru Usman returned to the mic, fresh off his big win over Joaquin Buckley, a fight that likely proved his claim to the next welterweight title shot. When Henry Cejudo asked about a possible fight with Islam Makhachev, Kamaru said he wants that fight badly. Kamaru and Henry think if the fight happens, it probably won't be until 2026, with Islam expected to face JDM later this year. But he feels the wait is worth it. From International Fight Week to California or Vegas, Usman said there are many big markets the UFC could use to make it a huge fight. Still, the Nigerian nightmare is not ruling out Jack Della. He respects JDM's dangerous run and admitted the Australian could ruin Islam's welterweight plans. But no matter who wins, Kamaru made one thing clear. He wants the winner. And after such a strong showing against a rising fighter like Buckley, it's tough to argue the former pound-for-pound king doesn't deserve the next title shot. If Makhachev does win, where would Kamaru Usman and Makhachev fight in 2026? That could be any of the major UFC markets. It could easily headline International Fight Week. Maybe that March card they like to do in California or Vegas. That's a huge one for the UFC. I mean, I love Islam. We all know that. Everyone knows me and Islam are cool. That would be without a doubt the biggest fight to make it welterweight. But don't count out JDM just yet. Don't overlook JDM. I've always given him credit. I think he's very talented, and we should not rule him out.
Makhachev does win. Where does Kamaru Usman and Islam Makhachev take this fight in 2026?
2026. I mean, that's anywhere. Any of the big markets that the UFC wants. I think that's it. Definitely easily headline International Fight Week. I think that easily is that March card. I think they like to do in Cali or do somewhere or Vegas. That's a big one for them, you know. So it depends. It's a big one. I mean, I love Islam. We all know that. Everyone knows me and Islam are cool. That would be, I think, 100% the biggest fight to make in the welterweight division. 100%. But listen, let's not sleep on JDM just yet. Let's not sleep on JDM. You know I don't like to sleep on JDM. You know, I've given this man his props. I think this man is extremely talented, and we should not be counting this man out.
Islam Makhachev's head coach, Javier Mendez, recently spoke on Submission Radio. While he discussed many topics, like Islam maybe fighting Kamaru Usman if he wins the welterweight belt from Jack Della Maddalena, one point in particular shocked the MMA world. Mendez said he has not joined Islam's training camp even though it started a month ago. The coach explained he is in Dubai enjoying life while his fighter is, quote, doing his thing somewhere else. This raised concern for fans, since Mendes isn't just any coach. He's Islam's head coach and the mind behind much of his striking growth. With Khabib Nurmagomedov more focused on grappling, Mendes has always handled that key role on the feet. So, the fact he hasn't been around for the first month of camp, ahead of a fight with a rising top striker like Jack Della Maddalena, feels strange to many. Social media filled with criticism as fans asked if Islam's camp is overlooking JDM, who's on a strong win streak and very dangerous at 170 right now. Whether it's timing or priorities, the situation looks bad. And with a possible double champ legacy at stake, many say this is not the time to slow down.
Hey, I gotta ask as well, are you guys in training camp already?
They've been in training camp. I've been in Dubai. I've been enjoying my life while they're doing their thing. I haven't been down there as of yet, and let's see what happens, but I'm anticipating that I should know soon. He was actually fairly good-sized lightweight as it was. You know, he was on the bigger side of the lightweights. So I don't think this is going to be too big of a jump for him, to be honest with you. It is a jump, obviously, because come fight time, Jack is going to be heavier than us, but not by a big wide margin. You know, I think he's okay here. I think if we ever decide to go to middleweight at some point, I think that's going to be a big hurdle. But I don't think welterweight is going to be that big of a hurdle for him.
Do you think that there's a possibility that before it's all said and done, Islam could move up and fight for a third belt if he does get the second belt?
I don't know. I really don't want to anticipate what could happen there because that's a lot of what ifs, you know.
It looks from maybe stepping into a title fight on short notice, and fans will be watching close. In an interview after that grappling match, Arman made a bold point, using his win over Paddy Pitbull to compare it to a possible Ilia Topuria fight. He said guys like Pitbull and Topuria, short, stocky, powerhouse frames, can be hard to control because of strong hips and low center of gravity. But Arman was clear that if he faced Topuria, it wouldn't matter. He said he'd land brutal elbows as soon as he got on top, and he doubts the fight would last long after that. Sarukian respects the toughness, but he's not buying the hype. He sees a clear way to dominate. That's it from MMA News Arena. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for daily MMA news.